Hey everyone, today I just want to show you some customizing and repair that I did on an Onikiri Katana. This sword belongs to Daniel Lopez, the Blind Samurai. I had to change the background for this video because with the green Ito and green Sagio on this sword, it just wouldn't have shown up well. So I had to change the background, which is why you're seeing a green curtain in the corner. Before working on this sword, I actually struggled to get the handle off. It seems that the maker of this sword, Onikiri, they actually glued the handle on. So it definitely took some doing to get this ska off. And even then it was a very tight fit, which can be a good thing, but in this case it was ridiculously tight. So that had to be fixed. The handle wrap is green silk and it is wrapped in katate maki, which is the battle wrap. Gives a very nice look and a very nice grip. I made two new makugi for this sword. The makugi are the pins. The top one is Delrin and the bottom one is brass. I changed the sagio on this sword. That's a green chemical fiber sagio to help better match the Ito. The sword has a custom horn kojiri, which is this end cap right here. And I also polished the blade on this sword. It might be hard to tell, but this is a mirror polish on this blade. I also had to make a couple adjustments to this sword. This sword didn't have the bohi even. The bohi is the groove right here, and the material towards the spine actually got thicker as it went down more towards the habaki, which is the blade collar. So I used some sandpaper to adjust that. I also removed the wire brush hamon on this sword before polishing it. For those of you who don't know what a wire brush hamon is, on Japanese swords, there's three common methods of doing a hamon. The hamon being the wavy line that's on the blade. There is a real hamon that is clay tempering. There's an acid etched hamon, so acid is applied to the blade to make it look like there's a hamon. Acid can also be used to enhance a hamon. And there is a wire brush hamon. A wire brush hamon is nothing more than what they do is after the sword is finished, they typically put a stencil on the blade, take it to a wire wheel, and they scratch on a hamon. They also typically scratch on the yokote, which is the dividing line up near the point on many swords. Aesthetically speaking, I'm not a fan of wire brush hamon, and neither is Daniel. So that was taken off before polishing the blade. And when polishing a blade, it's really a good idea to just get rid of that wire brush hamon anyways, because it really just takes away from the looks. Other than that, also, the problem with a wire brush hamon is wire brush hamon roughen up the steel. So more often than not, if you have a blade with a wire brush hamon and it rusts, usually it's right where that wire brush hamon is. So that's another reason to get rid of a wire brush hamon. Personally, when it comes to swords, I think if it's not a real hamon or an acid etched hamon, the blade looks better without a hamon. That's my opinion. I also sharpened this blade because the edge out of box just wasn't that impressive. And I did a light polish on the habaki, which is the blade collar, and the seppa, which are the little spacers. So that's everything that I did on this Onikiri Katana. If you want any of this work done, check out my website at studentofwarcustoms.com. It'll be in the description. Also in the description will be a link to Daniel Lopez, the Blind Samurai's channel, so check out his channel as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.